Charles, where are we sitting? I don't give a shit. Here, the Merciers will put it out in there and... Wait, I don't know how to do it. This is kind of cool. Centralist? So D? So the thing is, Joey,
welcome back everybody to another project update. This one for the month of February. Didn't work on a ton during the month of February. It was more of a quality versus quantity month for me. But what I did work on was very exciting, and hope you guys will feel the same way. For once in the history of this channel, I actually have no new acquisitions for a month. Hopefully this is the episode my wife decides to watch, you know, just so that there's no new acquisitions. But yep, no new acquisitions. I do have one finished project, and then 2 works in progress, one of which is kind of unique, and then one other project that's not mine, but it's about to begin. So first off, we'll start out with the one finished project, and that's the CEFX AC44 from last month. This thing is done. I just realized one of the Sinclairs fell off though, so I guess I'll be getting a new one of those for this. But it is done. Ditch lights are all installed, wired up, sound is in. MU cables, all the detail parts are on, so for the most part it's all set and ready to go. Custom weathered, sounds great, really just absolutely overall overjoyed about the way this thing turned out. Couldn't be happier, to be honest. And as a Norfolk Southern modeler, some people are surprised when I say this, but I really want a CP locomotive to run with that thing. In my area, CP kind of overtakes every other type of foreign power, and people get bored of it real easy because it's just the AC44s and the ES44 ACs. But I kind of feel like I want one to be able to run with this thing, just because it usually doesn't, the CEFXs don't really show up without a CP unit, since CP's who leases them. But I'm really happy the way that turned out. And super excited to have that on the layout for years to come now, so I'm sure it'll be around that long. The one work in progress for this month, you'll remember this car from an earlier project update. This is one I actually got as a gift for my wedding. It's a Rock Island Atlas covered hopper. I finally broke ground on patching this thing for an MWCX covered hopper. That's who currently owns a lot of these things, and they're patched out for MWCX service. So it's got the first couple layers of fading on it. It's got the patches. It's still nowhere near done though, so you guys get to take a look at a car while it's in the work in progress portion, which usually is a pretty rare occurrence for this channel. Usually I have stuff done in time for the project update and everything. But yeah, I'm excited to see how that turns out. So far it's going really well. Definitely going to need a couple more layers of fading, and then the prototype is got a good bit of rust on it, so we'll be doing that next. We're going to save the other work in progress for last, just because I kind of gotta move the camera around to show what it is, because it's not actually a piece of rolling stock or a locomotive. It's something kind of unique. So I'll show you next the project I got in to work on for a buddy. This is from the same buddy that I did the work on his CN SD70M-2. I'm now going to be working on his CN SD60, and honestly this is the first time I've taken this thing out of the box. It actually weighs a ton. It is a straight up brick. But I'll be actually ordering the detail parts fairly soon here. It'll be getting MUs, grab irons, rooftop AC, you name it, it'll be getting it. So excited to see how this turns out. One thing I am noticing off the bat, I actually ordered windshield wipers for this thing and I didn't need to. They're actually on there. So I guess I'm going to be having an extra pair of windshield wipers. And another thing that'll make this build a heck of a lot easier than the SD70M-2, it looks like the grab iron holes are already pre-drilled, which should make that an effortless install, because that's usually the biggest pain in the butt when it comes to detailing a locomotive. So I'm actually, after taking this out of the box on camera, pretty excited to get started on this build. I think it should be fun, and we'll see what happens with it. Alright, well, with that being out of the way, that is the only thing standing in between us and a look at the very special part of this project update. So hang on just a moment, and I'll get you right over to the final portion of the project update here. Alright guys, so here's a quick look at the beginning of my new diorama scene. This will be something brand new for me, as it'll be the first time I'm really going to be trying out my hand at scenery. I've been very reluctant to try stuff like that on the full-size layouts, just because I've never really known how long I was going to be in one place or another. Same thing goes for this layout. So I decided before I went ahead and did everything, I'd give it a try with just a basic little diorama. I do have a particular scene in mind that I'm looking to model here. It's going to be based off of off of Dale Road, which is on the southern tier line. There's a very straight stretch of track on the southern tier that dips like straight down, and Dale Road parallels it for a good mile and a half. So it creates a really good place on the prototype to pace trains. So I'm going to try to replicate that here to the best of my ability. Should be, relatively simple, but still look like a good scene. The prototype has a road below the tracks, and then the tracks are elevated by probably a good 8 to 10 feet. So I'm hoping this one sheet of foam is going to be enough to really accurately portray the height difference. But I do think that I'm going to end up bringing the tracks a little bit closer to the edge, because on the prototype the track just kind of drops straight down. When the ballast ends, it just goes straight down. There is a grass embankment, but it's not very gradual. It's very steep. So I'm really excited to get started on this thing. I'm hoping to order some scenery supplies and some foam carving supplies very shortly. So I should be able to get started on it soon, and make sure that you guys stay tuned to see how this progresses over the next couple months. I'm not imagining I'm going to have this done in any quick length of time, but I'm excited to start it for sure. But that's it for this project update, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Certainly appreciate every single view. And if you're new to the channel and seeing this for the first time, you like what's going on with the diorama, be sure to hit the subscribe button and continue watching. There'll be more content coming soon. Hopefully a new Grime Time video at some point soon. Really liking the idea of getting one of those out soon as well. And be sure to stay tuned for the progress on this month's works in progress as well. So take care, guys. We'll see you on the next one.